Okay, just need to check if it's on. Yeah, it's on. All right. Hello, everybody. This is iOS Studios here, and welcome to the behind the streams of Thomas and the Magic Railroad rewrite. And not only so, I have two special guests in the house. Say hello to the crew, you guys.
Hello, crew.
I mean, to the audience, I meant.
Hello,
Wow.
everyone. Hello, everyone. Thomas Wars one here again, aka Santiago, and welcome to the behind the scenes of Thomas and the Magic Railroad rewrite.
There you have it, folks, and the Bad Writer alumni himself.
Hello, guys. Welcome to the behind the scenes of Chuck's rewrite to Thomas and the Magic Railroad. We got so much to share with you guys today.
Indeed, we do. I'm pretty certain you remember in my stream, like sometime like last year, me and Andy did a behind the scenes, but this time we're gonna do the real behind the scenes of explain how things were made, how the acting went, etc. Technically, not everyone could be here, so it's just the three of us.
Just some creative consultants here.
Yeah. Basically, we got the writer and director, the animator, and the actor.
That's all correct. And now we're just going to the origin point as to how this started back in sometime between March to April of 2019. I was just basically fan searching, right? And then I came across like a fan-made script of Thomas and the Magic Railroad from a fan Wikia site making it that featured Emily and somewhat Rosie in a way, which I feel like it didn't sound right because Rosie doesn't come until later in between season 10 to 12. But moving on to the point, like I was saying, I feel like that was almost basically it. But
you showed this off to me too, and I remembered a certain time it happened. It happened around like March of 2019, if I remember correctly.
Yes. And the reason behind why I might do it is why I've been doing it is because I've always wanted to make dreams come true, and back in August of last year, it did went true. So, and that's almost the explanation, but it keeps scrambling everywhere. And then since I met Bad Writer alumni almost at the late 2018, and then during when I found out about the Tap Mars script, I proposed to Andy that Bad Writer alumni meant. Oops. Bad Writer alumni.
It's all good.
Okay, basically, Trade Dude 456 is asking, what is this? Basically, what this is, Sean, is us explaining the behind the scenes of Chuck's rewrite of the Thomas and the Magic Railroad, the one that was filmed in trains.
That's exactly right.
And with
like I was saying,
animated human characters.
Yeah. And I proposed to it. Yeah, like I was saying before, I proposed to Bad Writer alumni that he does the animation while I do the filming.
Indeed. Yep. And plus, another thing is, for me is not only that I was also the voice of Diesel 10 in his series. I kind of auditioned for it, and Chuck gave me the role.
Yeah, because Andrew was like the best first choice to be Diesel 10 because I seen him work through his videos and he was absolutely on point.
Exactly, because the thing with Diesel 10 is Diesel 10 not only because he's my favorite character, but also because the lines, the role of being the actual villain. I mean, in real life, I'm always a good guy. I'm always a good guy. Okay, but when I'm acting, I can actually be a character that I've always wanted to be, which is basically a villain. Because in the words of Tim Curry during one of his reviews, playing the villain is fun.
What he said.
Yep.
Oh yeah, it's definitely fun actually.
And basically from a few comments, I'm not gonna say who they are and what they said in a few comments, but a lot of people said in the comments and in the premiere, why does Deal 10 sound so strange? The thing is, I've always been a big fan of the CGI voice ever since Day of the Diesels and the TCC came out, so that was my little inspiration. But it doesn't mean I did the entire thing with CGI. I also did a little mixture with with the movie Deal 10 voice, not all the way, but most likely his laugh, like "Help you." So yeah, that was actually the idea of having a combination of the two.
And that results having Andrew the lead role of the antagonist.
Exactly. Well, of course, but not. And speaking of voice actors, there are many other actors that help out too. Like Andy was the voice of Thomas and Gordon.
Little engines can do big things.
Things are gonna change here. Things are gonna change around here, Puffball.
Actually, can I say that line one more time? My voice cracked when I said that.
Yeah. Sometimes when we record lines, sometimes we have to repeat them. And since I'm a bit of a stutterer, well, I had to repeat a lot of lines. I'm not kidding.
Yeah. I even listened to his auditions. Yeah, and I even listened to the auditions that Andrew sent of. George.
It looks like Shine wants to join. May I send him the script? May I send her the script? Link.
Hold on, I'm doing it right now. I already sent it.
I've never met Shine. I've never met Shine.
Well, let me just say this: you're about to to beat our dearest friend.
Oh yeah, our closest friend.
Yeah,
I know.
Hey, listen! Don't be nervous. Sean is just like any other person. She may be famous, but she's a regular person, just like you and me.
Exactly that.
Of course.
I mean, also, I've known Sean for like 5 years.
So yeah,
good for you guys. I mean, this is my first time.
Yep.
It should be fun getting to know each other. So let's see how this goes.
Yep.
Of course.
Well, now, while we're waiting for Shine to get here, another thing is, not only was I the voice of Deal 10, I was also the voice of George the Steamroller. Railways are no good. Turn them in the road, bitches. Sorry about that. I just had to.
It's all right. If you have to do that with Diesel 10, I mean.
Because to be honest, having that voice for George and have Diesel 10 sound almost exactly the same, you know how hard that would be? Like, I hate railroads. Well, I can help you, George. You see, that's kind of hard on me. That's why I prefer to use that voice for George, the deep voice for George, and the CGI for Diesel 10.
And like I said, exactly that. And in 3, 2, 1. And we have Shine Ortez in the house, otherwise known as the voice of Adult Lily as the narrator of the rewrite.
It's not the first time I've done a narrator role. For anyone who hasn't tuned into the channel of mine, back in 2018, my crew and I worked on a Christmas special, which was filmed by Chuck here.
The only trained filming boy in the town.
At the time, yeah. The title of the special was The Stingiest Train in Town. We were spoofing Charles Dickens' classic A Christmas Carol with that film.
Of course. I already sent the link in the chat to those who doesn't know about it.
Yeah, and Dan, and also Dan's asking to join us. Sorry to say, Dan, this is more of a behind the scenes of the actors, the writers, and the actors. Maybe in like a regular one. Not trying to be rude or anything.
We apologize for the
Inconvenience.
and
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
inconvenience. Ooh.
But anyway, before we continue on, let's just say it's good to see you again, Shine. It's been a long time.
Yeah, it really has been.
Yep. Oh. By the way, well, of course you know him from the film, but this is your first time ever talking to him. This is Bad Writer alumni, aka Andy.
Oh, so this is the infamous Bad Writer alumni. Chuck's been talking about you nonstop, mate.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey,
You may want to
what's up?
forgive
Nice
him.
to meet you.
You may want to forgive him. He never talked to you before. He's a bit shy.
Hey, don't worry.
Shine doesn't bite.
And this is what
much.
I look like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Understand.
Okay. Stutterton, just for that.
Any good?
Stutterton, just for that, I bequeath to you a truck to the head.
Oh God! Oh.
Okay. All right. This is okay. Let's save the funny chats for a bit of while. So, like I say, and then when after Bad Writer alumni accepted the proposal to doing the animations, while thereby I have created the layout of the full Tapmar film, starting off with the Titmuth Roundhouse there, which I cross-referenced from the films and other routes that features Titmuth sheds. And
Basically, you cross-reference the movie with how it appeared in the seasons leading up to the movie.
Yes, and probably giving it a few hybrids at least.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Plus, let's face it, at least there was one thing you seemed to fix that Sodor was severely lacking in the original film.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And speaking of animation, Andy, how about speaking of animation, Andy, how about you explain things the good and the bad things about the animation, starting with all the good first.
I'm all ears, buddy boy.
I'm sorry.
You know
the
animation of the humans. You know your art.
The animation.
Yeah, the animation.
Yeah.
What?
Oh yeah.
What did you think he was talking about, silly?
Growing up as a kid, I kind. Thanks, Shine. Growing up as a kid, I kind of always wondered what it would be like if the model Thomas series ever associated with hand-drawn human characters. I mean, sure, we had that hand-drawn bee from James Goes Buzz Buzz, but I kind of wanted to put the human characters in sort of a late 90s or early 2000s-ish style.
Exactly.
Sort of like what you would see in Rescue Heroes or What's New Scooby-Doo or something like that. Maybe even Liberty's Kids. You guys remember Liberty's Kids, right?
That was one of my favorite shows as a kid. And speaking of Scooby-Doo, since you brought that up, because I was rewatching the film not too long ago, I can't remember which scene it was, but one of the passengers at Shining Time, was that supposed to be Daphne Blake, or was that, or was it just a coincidentally drawn character?
I mean, it was drawn off of Daphne Blake, but it was just supposed to be some random person.
Yep. And speaking of my favorite, yeah,
There she is, right there. There she is.
Yeah. Okay. Honestly, I don't know why, but I just keep seeing that, and I'm thinking, well, hey, I guess even Daphne needs some vacation time from the rest of the gang. Or who knows? Maybe she asked Fred to film some train footage.
Exactly that.
Right.
Yep. And speaking of which, and speaking of another cartoon that Angie just mentioned, after realizing some animations, when I first saw a certain cartoon during the part when the guys were laughing at Junior while they're at the beach. Basically, I saw a character that really looked very familiar. In fact, let Chuck look for that right now. It should be.
I just want to get to that bit.
You're getting there. You're right in that area. You're right in that
Yep.
area.
Poor Junior.
Hey, Junior.
Yep. Yep, right there. That girl, that girl, right on the right on the guy's right on the guy that's talking left hand side.
You mean
That
the girl in the purple swimsuit?
No, the orange swimsuit. That happens to be a
that
draw.
one.
That happens to be me. After realizing, Andy was shocked when he found out that I too was a fan of Rescue Heroes, and that right there is a drawing of Ariel Flyer.
Ooh.
Yeah, a lot of these human characters that I drew were kind of like drawn off of actual like human characters from like shows from the like I said, late 90s or early 2000s.
So yeah, what you're seeing here is when
Yeah,
is Ariel. Yep. Yeah.
Okay. Well, ain't that a coincidence?
Yep, and believe it or not, there are a few other character Rescue Heroes cameo in this video too. Like at the scene where me, Yeelin, and Andy met up, you could probably see Wendy Waters and her father, Warren Waters.
Well, considering I didn't really watch a lot of Rescue Heroes, I just thought they were just two generic passengers.
Hard. Yeah, but and speaking of which, the idea of some of our OCs being in this film, that was basically my idea.
Yeah, I accepted the fact. I accepted the fact though to feature ourselves in. If you're talking about the ending, Andrew.
You know,
Yep.
I'm surprised he didn't mention it to me sooner, or else I would have gladly sent a photo of myself for a cartoon caricature.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that too.
Sorry, but
it's all right. I had no way of knowing.
Yeah, but also there was one.
honestly,
Oh, sorry.
Also, I've never really seen what you look like, Shine. That's another thing. I got to know what you look like to draw you. See right there.
No worries there, buddy boy.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
As soon as I can, I'll send Chuck a photo of what I look like, and I'll have him pass it on to you.
Yeah. But also, another thing is, Chuck is also share screening. So, but before you all yes, that is what I look like in 2D. And my girl Yeelin, yes, we are dating to this day. So yeah, So yeah,
we've been giving myself quite of a buff-looking chest right there.
Yo, Drew Barrymore, we kind of figured that.
Yep, but also another idea I had was a lot of people are questioning what did ever happen to Dino 10 and Boomer at the end of the film. No one quite knew. Well, I mean, there have been rumors and scenes about, how should I say, that Junior used his magic bandana and they turn it into sludge. But
that was in one of the original drafts of the script. I can't remember which one.
But Britt Allcraft didn't like that idea, so she went with something. So yeah, for this ending scene, I came up with the idea of a different way, like Dino 10 getting in trouble, Boomer getting arrested, well, and Splotch being sent away, and George, well, you know.
Well, at least with Boomer, it was actually a realistic outcome because, let's face it, there's no way he could get off with just a simple slap on the wrist.
Yeah, exactly.
What do we got here then? Sir, this is private property. You're trespassing. You're coming with
Hey, it's the Men in Black. No.
Yeah, and another fact about our cameos, as Andrew mentioned before, and probably Andy as well. The fact is that I accept the idea is that I want to give it the Marvel inspiration. Like in most Marvel movies, Stan Lee, one of the producers, always makes himself a cameo in those films.
Exactly. But not just that.
Excelsior, Stan Lee, rip and rest.
Yeah. Rest in peace. But yeah.
Also,
but
I want to say
sorry. Let me say this real quick. Not only Stan Lee, but also if you remember the movie Incredibles, somewhere at the end, you could see like two old men, and after the destruction of the robot of Syndrome's robot, everyone was cheering the Incredibles and Frozen again, and two old men were mentioning them. Those two old men happened to be the film directors of the first movie.
Exactly. 12,
Huh.
November 12th and November 12th. Oh my goodness.
Oh, never really thought
The
of that.
things you learn.
So,
Also,
so
Nah, you know what? You go ahead. I don't want you to.
no. I'm done talking. Go right ahead. Sorry.
Sorry if I couldn't hear you guys a few minutes ago. You guys were lagging on my end, but I think I can hear you guys better now than I did a few minutes ago. So
That's fine.
I see. And give me
around
another
when you want me to
second
explain the
because
animation.
Oh yeah. Go right ahead. While Chuck's getting his whatever he needs to get, whatever he needs ready, go right ahead. You were saying about your animations. Go ahead.
I mean, I kind of already explained the animation part. I would just say around the part when you offered.
Yeah. You basically explained the good things. However, for Andy, there was a downside to that. Basically, Andy has been doing the animation for like an entire year and a half, and it really, really tuckered him out.
yeah, it
Yeah,
kind of
I
took
gotta be
a toll
honest.
on him.
This is kind of what put me like in a health crisis today. Like a lot of anime, but you know what? It was worth it in the end because I got to do it for my good friend Chuck here, so it wasn't all too bad.
Yeah.
No, so
I wanted to apologize for forcing this far.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what, dude? It's totally fine. Don't worry about it, man. I had a lot of fun doing it.
Yeah, it was totally worth it. I know.
Probably
and-
had pretty sore hands afterward, though.
Definitely. I actually did some more animating for another friend, but it's not a YouTuber. It's kind of off of YouTube, but I'm just going to keep that for myself. And I'm going to be honest, I work even harder on this one.
Yes. Also,
What?
I wonder, Bad Writer alumni, should we show the audience the concept of Satop Hat but in animation?
Oh, you mean?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, this I've got to see. Considering the only way English dost thou speaketh it. Anyway, what I was trying to say before my tongue decided to go 100 miles a minute is the only way he was physically shown was, of course, via his trains model. I've never seen what he looked like in your art style.
Well, believe it or not, you're about to see him now, and we'll explain. More once Chuck shows the picture.
Okay, this I gotta see.
Okay, so one more thing I forgot to mention, Andy. Should I show them the cover that you sent?
I say we show that. I say we show them the cover after the Sir Topham Hat.
Ron Andy.
I know.
Yeah,
Sorry.
No. It's totally fine. It's totally fine. Well, actually, here's the thing. Sure, we're both Andrew, but if you want to talk to this Andrew, just call me Andy. But if you want to talk to the other Andrew, just call him Andrew.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a thing with both names almost being the same, but almost doesn't sound the same.
Yeah. Plus, the thing with me is, I prefer to be called Drew because the thing is, I mean, don't get me wrong. I liked it. My grandfather's name was Andy, but the thing is, it doesn't really roll off the tongue for me. So I prefer to be called Andrew or just Drew. So yeah, that's just me.
That just makes all the
All right, Drew boy.
a lot easier, Mr. Barrymore.
Says you blueberry. Says you blueberry face.
Hey, I'm blue and I'm proud.
Same here.
I'm only like a few minutes in ever since Shine joined, and I'm starting to enjoy her a bit more actually.
Yep.
Okay, so
Shine, I gotta tell you, only a few minutes meeting you, and you've already been a lot of fun.
And this is just a sampling of how I am when I'm in calls with the Shineker group because
Oh yeah, speaking of the Shanaka group, it has been a while since I ever talked to you guys on Skype. I mean, I've been trying to see if you guys were available on Skype, but every time I look online, no one's home.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing for night times in America.
Yeah, different schedules and all that. The freaking time zones like to mess it up.
I see.
And of course, oh, sorry, you finish
Well,
off.
plus a few of us in the group do have jobs, so it's trying to balance that out too.
Okay, and albeit this stream still being behind the scenes, there is one deleted scene concept that Andy kind of showed me, and Andrew as well.
Oh yeah, but the lead scene kind of based on the movie.
This is the
where Boomer interrogates grabs Lily. Yeah. Yeah, this was like I think in the original director's cut itself, but it just did. But I don't think it didn't really look right, to be honest. I mean, that's just me.
It was just a fan-made concept.
I'd have to check the original script because I do remember at some point one of the original drafts for Tatmar was released.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that. Also,
Yeah.
Chuck, don't you have the other image of that deleted scene where Junior is surfing on top of Diesel 10? There's an image
Yeah,
of that
but I don't
deleted
think I've
scene too
saved
for
it.
the
Did you
rewrite.
send it again?
Yeah, but anyway, I think it's time to show the audience the picture.
Here, see if I have it anywhere for you.
And I'm gonna continue with showing the layout. And as the track leads to Knapford, I gave Knapford a hybrid between the actual TV and the movie itself.
Ooh, I like it.
Well, I mean, considering if you think about it, in the seasons leading up to Knapford, there was a town near the station. Yet, for whatever reason, in the movie, the town was replaced with trees.
Yeah, it's not looking too pleasant. And we have inside the Top Hat office.
Right?
Of course.
Wow,
of
sir,
course.
can your office get any more bland? Yeah, yeah, that's from the CG render, Wiggles. It wasn't really my decision.
And during the premiere of when
guys still there?
Tim was passing by, there was like anonymous at Top Hat, but it's
Yeah.
like below him hat.
Just earbuds.
Oh yeah, we're still. Yeah, we're still here,
the
Andy.
stout gentleman.
Oh yeah, we're still here, Andy. Sorry about that. So, did you send Chuck the picture?
No, you're good.
Let me check through my phone because I don't want to give off any more spoilers, or if might show the wrong image. Lol.
Oh yeah,
you don't want to do that.
Yeah, pulling up an awkward picture. Trust me, trust me. But also, Shine. During this time of not talking to each other for a while, over a while, I've recently got into another franchise thanks to my friend David, aka Electro Gamer. He recently got me into Sonic the Hedgehog.
And also the other Andy was trying to say something.
Oh, sorry, Andy. Andy?
Were you trying to say something, mate?
Here, I'll be right back. I'm just gonna go find Chuck that picture.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
Of course.
So,
Me?
Of course.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, hey, he'll be right
Let us
back.
know when
We'll
you're
be left front. Yeah.
Okay. Again with the gag. So Okay. So I have
sorry.
also
Yeah,
one
sorry.
of the
There was a
audience.
lot of-
Oh, okay. We're sorry. Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, I had a
So
lot of
while
going on. I'm trying
Andy is
to
gonna
find the
be.
picture for Chuck and
Of course.
It's fine, Andy. We understand.
Of course. And one of the audience mentioned asked a question probably specifically for me. Hold on, let me find that. From the from the Fat Boy and B18. Which trains websites I got the trains models from? All right.
You
A lot.
got them from various. There's too many to list off.
Yeah.
But I'll make it brief. I'll make it brief and quick for the person. So I mostly got the models from SI3D, and then some of them from Wild Nor'Wester, and probably most of the models, including Donald and Douglas, are from me.
Yep. But
don't forget Sodor Workshops.
yep.
Yeah, Solar Workshop too, in that because of Diesel 10.
Yep. But of course, some of the other models happen to be made by my friend iOS Studios here.
Yes.
That's what he just said.
Sorry, Forza. Sorry, I wasn't.
Yeah, I get that most of the time. And can I join? Sorry, Mike. This is for behind the scenes staff.
Maybe next time.
Probably in another stream, a regular one, perhaps.
Yep. You never know. Yeah. Sorry. Sorry. All right. Again, nothing personal, folks. We're not doing it. We're not doing it to be rude. We're not going like, oh no, you're not joining us. This is only it's for us. No. Far from that. It's just this is only for behind the scenes. Maybe next time.
Oh, and another question, probably for some of us. Question for all of you. What's your favorite scene of Fatmar in the rewrite?
My favorite scene. Well, there are a lot of favorite scenes I like, but my most favorite scene was besides the Deal 10 chasing Thomas and Lady Get, and the scene where I came up with the idea of Deal 10 getting in trouble. To be honest, out of all the scenes, okay. Oh, my favorite scene was when Deal 10 was manipulating George about for him to work for him.
Yeah. Also, give me like 1 or 2 seconds, because I think Andy's just got back, and I'm gonna bring up the images in probably 10 seconds.
All right.
Yep.
Sorry for the lagging earlier too.
I'm just gonna put him on the Google Tabs.
You guys.
No. It's not your fault, Andy. Things happen.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Most of the time. Well, not all the time, but you get the idea.
I get the idea.
CJ's asking me, do I have a Discord and what's my tag? Not here, please. I only gave out my Discord information to close friends only. Nothing personal. It's just that half of us here have had some trouble in the past with some other people. No offense to you.
Okay, I got the images up. Let's see the concept here. So there was a scene in the original film that Junior will be surfing at night, and the whole dialogue goes is like, I'm not sure how it goes, but I think that the Diesel 10 thinks that he should be frightened, not be excited, but then he threatened him with his claw again and forced him to scream again. That was meant to be like a 20-second scene.
Like
Why on earth are you so happy up there? I'm kidnapping you!
Yeah, and there was meant to, and probably another true fact. While I was filming the scene, there was also meant to be a scene at Province Gate Works, the Province State Station, with Diesel 10 passing by with Junior in distress, and then there will be Duke standing there saying something very strange going on around here. Like, it's a reference to Back to the Future Part 2 in a way, with the hoverboard scene.
I don't know why, but as soon as you said that, why am I picturing Duke thinking, how long was I in that shed?
How long was I in that shed for? Okay, and here's the next image in the nut. This is the Topham Hat concept in a drawing.
And believe it or not, I told this to Andy after seeing this picture. I told him he looks like Pacha.
Oh!
And looked more like a love child of Pacha and Kronk.
Full level, Kronk!
Rock lever!
Yeah, something like that.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
But all jokes aside, yeah, after seeing this, I kind of see Pacha. I kind of do see the animation of Pacha's face as Sir Topham Hat, because imagine John Goodman voices Sir Topham Hat. Cusco, you have caused confusion and delay. Now, if you want me to help you, you got to promise, to build your summer home somewhere else.
and now, what did I say about that?
Hold on.
Okay, most people say one person from engine number 14 says that's a shame. I would have loved to see Duke in the film. Yeah, I'm sorry about that too. It's just due to time constraints and to nearing the date of the premiere.
Well,
I couldn't keep the promises.
it was a bit late, but nonetheless, yeah, we were. Let's say half of us were kind of behind sked. Sorry,
Yeah.
sorry.
But,
well, then again,
sorry.
though, a lot of us had things going on in our personal lives too that kind of
and
affected
honestly,
it, so it was really out of our control.
But honestly, though, I will be honest about one thing. I will be sure to put deleted scenes on my YouTube channel. Hopefully.
You were saying, Andy?
And honestly, I was kind of losing brain cells after so much animating over a whole year or so. It's pretty reasonable.
I don't really blame you. Okay. The second picture you just saw. Go back to the second picture. This is the picture of what Mr. Percival would look like. I had no ideas of what he. I have no ideas what animation he looks like, so I got nothing out of him.
Yes.
Honestly,
I forgot
think
why
Andrew told me to make this one just for fun.
Okay, just for fun, yeah. But like I was saying, but like I was saying about the one person who mentioned about Duke, but I will be sure to put a deleted scene in that bit, probably just with my own voice, I guess, like how Britt Allcroft probably drafted it in.
I'm surprised no one has. Has mentioned anything about Stumphead or Mr. Percival dwellings yet. I'm pretty certain. They're still typing.
Yes. And now this is the end set of the Knapford shares because there's nothing else for me to try because I just want to move on to the other sets. And now moving on to the next layout is my shared screening. Yes, I think it is. And this is the scene right here where Mr. Conductor got a bit lost.
Oh, and he went a little cuckoo.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah.
Yeah. Also, let me find that scene because that one part when
you know what? I just want to bring this up real quick. Let me bring this up.
Oh. Keep talking.
Yeah, you know what, Shine? I was gonna say, Shine. Chuck showed me that you and Caitlin, that Caitlin kid, made a meme off of that.
Well, it was mainly Caitlin. She did the editing, but I did the I did the laughing because that's just it was just so out of the blue. It was just so out of the blue.
I still, Shine. To be honest, the one thing that still cracked me up from that's on your channel, was the thing, was the kind of was a bit of the argument between you and Diesel in that one video of their own version of Gore Goes Foreign. Oh God.
Oh yeah. Looking back, I think that should have been its own separate thing.
No. But all due respect, the way you said, "Oh, too late, Diesel," I can't do it.
You mean, oh, too late?
Yeah, you do it more better than I can.
Okay, take a look right now. Take a look at Mr. Conductor.
There it is.
Okay, can I just say something?
Go ahead.
Can I just say something? I just want to say
Of course, go for it.
When Chuck...
Oh my God.
When Chuck first told me, I got something for... Chuck first told me, "Hey, buddy, I got something for you." I'm like, "Oh, I'm excited to see." And then he shows me 3 memes of this image of Mr. Conductor edited saying these funny ass things, and I'm like, "What the fuck?" I was not ready for that.
Well, again, that's just a sampling of some of the humor that we get ourselves into.
Is Mr. Conductor high?
Pretty much.
In a way, yes.
Well, pretty much.
And here's the next one.
Considering he was alone with his thoughts, that can drive anybody batty.
Burgers.
I ate 50 top hamburgers. Um, you, you know, someone, you know, I could probably
For
say,
those who are curious, let's just say you don't want to know what they do to you. You don't want to know.
Yeah, and I got another question
really don't.
from number one Thomas Fan Vega. How long
Okay.
did this film make? Like, you mean how long did this film take, or how long did this like this whole thing, like behind the scenes with the filming, the animation? If you're talking about that, let me answer your question. It took like since I started production since May of 2019, it took me like a year to finish off, and then as for Andy, he did like almost in a year and a half at least for now.
me, as for me,
Well, actually, I worked on the animation from.
yeah. Oh, sorry.
I think you stumped him.
Give Andy time
Yeah.
to think it over. He will check it out through his records.
From personal experience, the mind's like a lazy Susan. If you just bear with us, it'll come back around here in just a moment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and there
Actually,
is
no, I was just about to say something, and then I think Andrew.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
And now. Nah, you're good, man. I was gonna say, I think the animation for the human characters took me from like August of 2019 to August of 2020. So I think I finished it like around the 14th, maybe. So just in time.
yeah the 14th of August or July or
Now I know
June.
what you're
to be
probably
precise.
thinking. Then how come? And I know what you're probably thinking. Why were some of the hand-drawn sequences shown in the TV spots and trailers? Well, that's because we just want to show off the ones that were finished.
Yes, we just wanted to show that to the audience that we're not joking about that.
Yeah. Oh, also, even though we're getting a little topic here, but I see a question from okay, where is it? Tails, Tails the Diesel fan 28. No, no, it wasn't that one. It was it was the other one.
I mean, well, it kind of was intimidating for like a guy from America and a guy from the Australia to like like text each other all the time, especially with the like different times and all that.
Right. Anyway, back to that question that they wrote, and you were on that, Chuck.
Right. Trying to be careful not to touch the end broadcast button.
Yeah. Anyway, this question is to Shine. How long have you known Andrew?
Yeah. How long has it been now?
Let's just say it has been quite a while.
Yeah,
Quite a while.
I've been for quite a while. I think I started getting to know you more.
Andrew, keep talking.
I think we've been knowing each other. I think we started to know each other after I watched one of your videos, which happens to be your adaptation of Tenders for Henry. I think that's when it all started years ago.
That it has been some time.
Yeah. And from me and Shine discuss about Tennis for Henry, me and Shine talked about that. We're not gonna talk about this too much, but we might emphasis on the might. We might be making a complete remake of that. Maybe.
And again, I'll bring this up to the rest of the Shinica crew too to get their input, since you know how we are about the one big group aspect.
Yeah. We're not gonna explain why here. So yeah. But anyway, going back to the behind the scenes. Another thing. Okay. So yeah, some of the background. So yeah, some of the backgrounds had to be custom made for certain areas for the film. Because there were some routes in trains that were not made yet, so Chuck had to do a lot of his own takes on what they should look like.
Yeah,
think-
and speaking of, there is the question from 1 minute ago from Thomas Fan 6129 saying, "How long did it take to make those train sets?" Well, at least 2 weeks.
Wow, just 2 weeks?
Yes.
Well, then,
It
then
didn't
again,
look like it would take 2 weeks. It looked like it would take
I could
a
see
month.
it.
Like, holy crap!
I can see
Yeah.
with some of the simpler ones.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, like Shining Time, on the other hand,
Also,
I could.
what about like?
Sorry.
Look,
I need to make a call.
okay.
A classic cartoon gag.
Yeah. Let's just say when it comes to animating these kind of things and making the film, let me just say this for a fact: we like to add some comedy of cartoons in it, since we are using kind of cartoon characters. It makes sense.
Yeah. And another question from Tails, the Diesel Fan 28. How long did it take to edit this between animations and trains?
Oh.
What, you mean like blending the animations with the train footage or something like that?
Yeah, something like that. But let me elaborate on that. So, for example, when we were up to the part where Lily and Thomas were about to enter the buffers, I probably got, or maybe during the Shining Time music sequence in with Lily and the coach, I told Andrew to give Lily a green screen. So I gave him the images for the backgrounds, and he applied the green screen in there. So that's it.
Well, hey, it was effective.
Indeed.
Yes, it has been around for almost.
Whenever I do a green screen, animation, I try to give Chuck a little preview of like what it should come out to look like when he does the green screen effects.
Yes. Yeah. Yes,
If you get what I'm saying.
Yes.
You know what that kind of style reminds me of?
Mm-hmm.
Not too long ago, I found a channel on YouTube called High Iron, and there's like 3 or 4 videos on that channel for a mini series they're doing called Full Steam Ahead, where it blends trains footage with 2D animated characters.
Oh, okay.
Interesting. I might have to check that out.
Oh,
so just for future reference, the channel is called High Iron, and you're going to want to look at the mini series Full Steam Ahead. I think it's from the same folks that did like the San Juan Train series and all that.
Yeah, I kind of knew that. And there's one thing I want to mention. And while I was making this layout, I was originally going to use the buffer set. I was originally going to use it for the film, but while I was looking back through the train's route list, I also found out that another route was already made, including the water tanks, the Kiloban station, and here is the grotto, the somewhat grotto.
You say that, because I do remember one of the trickiest parts that would have been done, but I don't think it made the
grotto.
I remember one thing that would have been done, but I don't think it made the cut, unless it did in a way that I didn't recognize, was Diesel 10's mountain.
Yes. Yeah. I did find that mountain a bit funny. I like funny. Yeah. I was originally going to make a model of that as well, but it didn't turn out almost as great as it was. So I have Andy try to fill that in, which I'm grateful for. So that worked. And I did make a model of that, and this was the result.
I feel like the way I made it come out, though. That could have worked. I mean, well,
I know.
And again, It's kind of creepy.
Okay. Actually, you know what that looks like?
That's a little.
Okay.
That's nightmare fuel.
Okay. Chuck, pull up the Sort of Workshop's Diesel 10 model for a sec. There's one face there's one face that reminds me of.
The Joker.
Not the Joker.
Ah, come on! Oh come on, Shiny! Everyone loves the Joker.
Hey, Mark Hamill, knock it off. Anyway, no. There's one face on the Diesel 10 model that's not Joker, that makes me think of it. It's almost like a weird, tiny smile face. I don't remember the name of it right off.
Oh, the innocent smile.
Yeah, that one. Pull up the innocent smile on him when it responds. Anyway.
Yeah, it often lags between 10 to 30 seconds in that. And okay, there's a weird question. I'm not sure if it's a weird one. Why is Diesel more muscular than Mr. Conductor?
Because
that's the thing with modeling him. I mean,
what? For one thing, Mr. C is a human. Diesel's a train. Trains technically don't have muscles.
And two, his design is based off of a class called a 42 warship. Why they call them warships, I have no idea.
Probably depends on the time they were built. I can't remember when they were built. Right off the top of my head, anyway.
Oh, okay, we have one good question from Agent Andrews.
Was also
okay. Let's see this.
Okay, Agent Andrew asks, this question is for all in the stream. Since myself and Zach's Railways are doing our own Thomas and Magic Railway rewrite, which Shine is voicing Ladian, do you have any pointers? Do you have any pointers to make Edward have a strong role? That depends on the scripting.
Yeah. Speaking of Edward, for my film, Edward was originally going to be in the film, but his model was broken off, so it had to be repaired. But
it was undergoing an overhaul, and it wasn't finished in time.
Edward was supposed to be. The model of Edward was not ready yet. I mean, they could have held it back for another year, but Brett Allcraft wanted to get this done. Wanted to get it done, but then
honestly, the film probably could have done better if it had been made maybe during the CG era. Because think about it, in the original film, Sodor was severely lacking in the human department. You go to the CG era, they'd have a plethora of human models to add to the backgrounds. Because think about it. In some scenes, the engines are seen clearly pulling coaches, right?
No,
but they have nobody to transport.
I'm surprised, but I'm quite surprised that they didn't pull what they do. I'm surprised that the CGI era didn't do what they do with The Adventure Begins.
Hold on, this is the innocent face. If you're looking for that.
Yeah, that's the one I was saying that your model of the Diesel 10's mountain reminds me of.
Nose.
You call them? That's a nose.
I think the
carver's got
the Diesel 10 statue might have.
Anyways.
My version of the Diesel 10 statue might have to be a little less creepy, actually, than that.
I know. At
least yours, though, it didn't make Diesel 10 look like he got a bad nose job. Either that, or whoever was carving the mountain got lazy.
Yeah. Fat Boy MP18 actually said that the Deal 10 mountain looks creepy. Yeah, we know.
And Rosie fan 37 NWR said it looks like a chicken nugget.
Well,
to be fair, it does.
If you zoom out, it kind of does.
It does.
Or at least if you look at it the model from the back.
It looks like a chicken nugget with a mouth.
Yeah, and
the closest thing. Oh, sorry.
Oh,
it's fine.
No, you keep going. Keep going.
Next, the closest thing you're going to come to anything like that is if you rewatch the old Wacky Adventures of Ronald McDonald videos, the McNugget characters.
Oh yeah.
Remember the McNugget trio?
Yeah. Also, and people have, and some maybe half of the audience probably wonders why is the Blue Mountain Quarry already in the film when it didn't come yet in 2012. So, like I was saying before, like before the actual premiere or like a few seconds before the actual film starts, I did say that this film is non-canon in a way, but there is this theory though. But what if I set the time? What if I set the locations also though a bit earlier, which comes early? For let's say, for example, for Emily in the film, like since she doesn't come later until sometime between season 6 or 7, that I wanted her to become later in season 5, making her like the heroine for Percy, in a way.
Makes sense.
And for the Blue Mountain Quarry, I wanted to give the narrow gauge engines an appearance because they deserve one too. When it comes to movies.
I mean, let's face it. During the official show, they got the short end of the stick after the model series ended.
Yeah.
Because I could count on one hand. Sorry.
No, you keep going.
Because I could count on one hand the number of times they appeared in the CGI era after Blue Mountain Mystery.
Right. And keep going, Andrew.
Imagine. Now this is a stupid. This is something a stupid idea, and no animation is required. We'll just use regular We'll just use the trace people. But what if we made our own version, our own retake of a Blue Mountain Mystery, but add Duncan and Duke in it?
Okay.
Well, it'd make the yellow engine twist make a lot more sense than having a recolored Rheneas.
Yeah, to be quite honest. Plus, it could also be possible to add like Bertram. What? Wait, what? Oh, can I voice Duke? We're not the.
Okay. I think that question is for me, guys. So, if you're talking about for the deleted scene of Duke seeing Diesel 10 passing by, how long have I been staying in that shed? Yeah, I think you could do that.
Yeah, but okay. Oh,
and Shine left a bit.
I'm sure she'll be back.
Yeah. So Andy,
hey,
you were saying?
Oh man, she was a lot of fun to have.
She'll be back.
Yeah.
I'm sure she'll be
I
back.
To explain when I was voicing Thomas and Gordon. I want to explain that part when I was voicing Thomas and Gordon.
Go ahead.
Anybody? Okay, you're still there. First off, I'm going to explain Thomas. Now, when I voiced
Sorry about that. I bumped
Thomas,
a button.
I couldn't really do him like. That's all good. All good. I was getting ready to explain like how I voiced Thomas and Gordon and the Tumbleweed. Now,
that was you?
I'm going to first start off with
I thought it was somebody else.
Nope, that was me. Howdy, partner. Character here. Excuse me.
I figured only you would give him the Peter Griffin-esque. But anyway, sorry for throwing off your groove. Continue, please.
I'm sorry, but you threw off Andy's groove.
Okay. Okay. So, yeah. There is. Yeah. Some people debate that sometimes Thomas's voice almost sounded a bit, well. I just like the voice the way it is because Andy fits the voice well in his videos all the time.
Your Thomas voice.
Yeah. Although for the movie, he was thinking about giving Thomas the voice of Aladdin because have you not heard his Aladdin voice? It's spot on.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't, so
actually, let me explain how.
Okay, go ahead.
Voice Thomas. I'm gonna actually explain my Thomas voice first. Now, when doing my Thomas voice, I tried to give him sort of a Andrew Francis like voice, like make him sound a bit like Shining Armor from My Little Pony.
Yes. And
Oh, it's
here's the
not too
watermill
high
scene.
pitched and not too low.
Yes. And here's the watermill scene for the most famous bits.
Oh,
Ooh.
And moving forward, here's the iconic Henry's Tunnel.
Oh yeah. At least in this version, they double tracked both tunnel sections.
Uh,
and they did the same in the CGI era.
yes. My only question is, why put it to 4 when it was originally 3?
Well, good question.
Well, then again, though, did you know for anyone that didn't really notice in both versions of the movie, the official and the rewrite,
Yes.
if you look at the notice that Thomas was reading off to Gordon at Knapford, at least in the rewrite, he acknowledged that there was a section underneath that mentioned that there was work being done on the actual railway itself, not just the engines going back and forth, but they were upgrading certain sections.
Right. Let me go back for that again.
As sorry for the delays during repairs. We are making this a better railway.
Right.
So here's what I think was happening as to why there's two double track sections of Henry's Tunnel now. Because as you know, season 1 there was only one track through that particular section. But as time progresses, more business comes to the island, more trains have to go in and out. Therefore, an increase in mainline traffic.
Right, I see. Oh, and here's another question from him. How come Thomas, Percy, Henry, Gordon, James, and the others from the original Thomas and the Magic Railroad movie have the regular whistles instead of the Tapmore whistle? Well, to put it in short, I just prefer the original whistles.
Yeah, to be quite honest, it was hard to tell. It was hard to tell whose whistle was whose in the Magic Railroad.
The only one you could tell from the others was Thomas.
That was the only one.
I love them.
Yeah.
It was just his normal one, just a couple pitches higher. Oh, don't get me wrong. I like them too, but you know, some of the engines use the same whistles unless they're Thomas.
Yeah. Actually, not just Thomas. Lady too. Lady's was also a good whistle.
Well, I think hers was also a stock sound effect too. I just can't remember what engine it came from.
Well, back in the CGI era, they gave Lady's voice to Millie. Blair, not
you mean Lady's whistle?
Yeah, Lady's whistle. Thank you, Lady's whistle. Thank you, Shine. Anyway, so yeah, and I have seen some pictures, including Lady calling Hit Entertainment saying, "Hey, Hit, why the hell did you give Millie my whistle?" I have seen pictures of that.
Again, it's a simple answer. It's a stock sound whistle. Because I'll give you another instance where that particular whistle can be heard. Is anybody in here a fan of the original Bob the Builder? You know, when it was done using claymation.
I remember.
Does anybody remember
special?
Does anybody remember that special, The Knights of Fix-A-Lot?
It has been a while since
I love that movie.
That was where we were introduced to Bob's father, Robert.
Ah.
Well,
right.
the opening sequence, he's traveling to Bobsville via train. The whistle from that engine, it's the same sound effect that was used for Lady.
Okay.
I know. Didn't it sound like Lady? I was kind of thinking the same thing.
It did. Here's the ironic part. Engine whistle, Lady sound effect. Engine shape, somewhat similar to Rosie, except it has a tender. The coaches it's pulling look like shrunk in the wash versions of the Sodor coaches. Coincidence? I think not.
Coincidence? I think not.
Ow! Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. You just gave my eardrums ripples.
Sorry,
Andrew.
Yeah.
Trouble?
Yo,
I'm here, Andy. Go ahead.
No. I was playing along with you. Like, Andrew.
Don't Andy me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's been a while since I've seen The Incredibles. But yeah, not to mention, but yeah, when it comes to acting and stuff, oh my god, it takes a lot of fun, and not to mention, it's also one of the best things ever for a lot of people because, well, acting does give people a chance to express themselves in the way they want it to be, if you know what I mean.
exactly. I mean, heck, that's also why actors also like to improvise a lot of things. I'll admit, myself included, every now and then I like to do improv whenever I'm reading off lines.
I can't listen to this. No one said a word about the pirate. Come on, who is this guy? The lead character of the movie? I'm coming down. I'm coming down there right now.
Hey, Iago.
Yeah?
Put a cracker in it.
I look at the chicken.
Wait, whoa.
It's based on a little skit that he did a shout out for me on my birthday sometime about sometime last year.
Yeah. And I'd like to move on with the layouts. If that's
Oh yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh yeah. Sorry about that.
Okay, so since I already mentioned this side of Henry's Tunnel, I gave it the original layout for Henry's Tunnel from the actual TV show.
Oh, nice touch.
Nice.
And as his layout progresses, since it's a diorama for film, we're up to the part where
Nice
Thomas
touch.
picks him up.
Oh, this is where Thomas picked up Mr. C.
And I gave it an Easter egg.
Okay, what's the
Yeah,
Easter egg? Let me see. Oh, the pencil.
Mr. Conductor, where are you? I know you live far away, but you don't seem to get here right on time.
Oh,
This is the only Easter egg in the diorama.
I swear that you should have found what you should have done like the original movie did with that pencil. You should have
What's
had
that?
it in the background. Anyone who's seen the original movie, do you remember where Dieselton zooms past Thomas and Gordon at Killaban?
yeah.
When it switches up to the close up of him when he's saying the word fast, if you slow it down, the pencil is laying in the background.
Oh my god! I never saw
On
that.
the set.
Oh,
Yeah, let me go to that scene. Let me go to that scene.
I'll have to go back
Yeah.
and look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
already-
Look up the screenshot. Yeah. Oh yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, there's the pencil.
Yep.
Yeah. Because then, yeah, like I said, if you look up a screenshot of, if you try to find a screenshot of that close up of Diesel 10 from the official film, you'd have to look very carefully to see the pencil in the background.
Ah.
But it's there.
Right. And probably one question from Damien. Is this route private or are you going to release it when done? That depends entirely up to me. I get to decide that.
In other
Exactamundo.
in other words, the route's private.
It's property of iOS Studios.
And I like my lot, Steve.
That means it's property of.
Hey, that's my line.
Never mind. Yeah, and as the track shows, this is the part where we saw Diesel 10 doing it in the chase scene.
Oh yeah.
And this leads up to the bridge where Percy was like, "Oh my God, Thomas, Percy, you gotta clear the line quickly." Yeah, I wanted to add a little bit of action.
Well, considering in the final cut, Percy's just there hauling a goods train for whatever reason.
And as this layout moves forward, we hear up to the bridge, but yeah.
It's the Big Dipper.
Yep.
Yeah.
No.
There is one flaw when filming this part, when Diesel falling down. There is just one flaw.
Because of how short it is.
Yes. Yes, exactly. And yeah,
Well-
and when I'm trying to make it look like Diesel 10 fell down, like when I try it out here, he fits between the bridge height completely.
This is just if that scene ever got a refilm, there is a Tatmar iOS route that includes the viaduct section. You could have filmed Diesel 10 on that.
Yeah, but by the time I saw it, it was already too late for me.
No worries.
Yeah, yeah. Let me try. Let me show it to the guy. Like, take a look. Like, if you think about it, he was like already almost on the brink.
Well then again though, that kind of reminds me of a behind the scenes video for the actual film where they were the model the crew was moving Diesel 10's model into position, and yeah, it was huge compared to the model of the viaduct.
Yes.
There
And
was still some convincing editing though when it showed the viaduct breaking apart.
almost entirely. And there is another fact when Andy and I worked on this scene of Diesel 10 threatening Mr. Conductor where the buffers are, but at the time I had special permission from Tomix and Scale 89, one of the administrators for Soda Workshop, saying that I got full permission from him to take the claw off. So that Andy can work out.
And how ironic. Sometime later, he would release a clawless version.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, let me find that scene again.
Yep, and believe it or not, that clawless scene is the one that Victor Tanzik uses in his videos when he used Joshua.
Yeah. And probably another flaw when trying to film the threatening scene. There isn't like a movement to make the Pinchy looking. Trying to make it 90-degree turn. Look, having Mr. Conductor stand up like in the actual film. So we had to make it almost ironic as it seemed, or probably not that ironic. We had to make it with what we got. Like he's like actually dangling like in an action movie.
Yeah. And speaking of
it adds an extra peril factor.
Yep. Oh, and speaking of Victor, originally we didn't ask him if he'd like to play PT Boomer in our special, but Victor said he was busy with his own things. Plus, he has never seen the movie, and we can respect, and I respect, and we always respected that. That's why we gave Boomer.
And at the time too, aside from those things, he was also going through his own personal stuff.
Exactly.
Yes, he already told me about that too. And okay, moving on to the final part of the layout. We're up to the part where Thomas picks up Lily and Junior here.
And very foolishly strands his coaches on the main line.
But Annie, Clarabelle,
you stuffed party poppers down my funnel.
Hey, we had a laugh.
You did.
Annie, Clarabelle, they're Mr. Conductor.
Actually, the one I was doing was Annie, Clarabelle, I'll send Percy back to fetch you.
Oh, we've had that one before.
That scene always cracked me up, even in the original.
And again, that was the last we saw of Annie and Clarabelle, because who knew? Because Thomas just stranded them on the main line, and not once did they show him actually telling Percy to go and get them.
Yes. Also, yeah, and probably moving on to the next final part. Wait, hold on. And this is the part here where Mr. Conductor is like resting down.
Go ahead, Andy.
Mr. Conductor, Thomas. Oh, Mr. Conductor, where are you? Thomas?
Mr. Conductor, where are you?
Thomas?
How can I possibly say that I'm really useful now?
Mr. Conductor, where are you?
You know, Chuck,
Yeah,
since
I
you're
think
showing off Roots really.
one
Oh,
of the
sorry.
problems was that like people are expecting a British accent out of me while voicing Thomas, but
Well,
one,
well, here's the
I'm
thing.
not the best at doing a British accent, and two, dude,
You go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. You go ahead and say something first, Andrew.
Oh, well, here's the thing.
Thank you
Not
guys.
here's the thing, Andy. Nobody is perfect. No one's perfect.
See?
Exactly.
Uh, uh, uh,
And Sean, you wanted to say something?
Thanks, Andrew. And
mhm.
What did I want to say?
What about
Yeah,
my root?
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, since you're showing off Roots and whatnot, why don't you show off the Shining Time one? Because I'm
Oh
pretty
yeah,
sure.
but we'll get there. And
Yeah, I was gonna say
probably
the audience
around this
might have
area.
questions about that.
Yeah, and areas around this part here. This I was originally going to use this layout as for the original. And yeah, that was meant to be like Junior up there, but I don't have any plans for it.
Then why is he? Then why is he floated in midair?
he's floating
Yeah, I
in the
tried to
air.
find ways. Yeah, I tried to
He's
find
floating
ways
in the
for
air.
the Junior model to be to fit with the window animation, but it almost seemed too impossible. And for this route though, I was originally going to film it with, but the other route was already made and had much better detailing, so I just went with that.
Though to be quite honest, the way Junior, but to be honest, the way Junior is like just like floating above the windmill like that, he looks almost like he reminds me of Peter Pan.
Can I say something related to that really quick?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Right.
Hang on. Let me wet my whistle first. For any potential voice actors out there, this is actually a good tip. If you're gonna voice act, make sure you've got some water close by, because if you do it for a certain number of time, it can actually do a number on your vocal cords. You got to keep them nice and lubricated with water.
Take it from me. I learned that the hard way.
What'd you do? Pull a Jeremy Irons and blow out your voice?
No, basically, a long time ago, before I met any of you guys, I was actually imitating the Miss Oliver Blossoms or the Wilsaters episode. Emily Learns a Lesson. I was doing the entire episode with just by myself. After I got to the very end, oh god,
Big mistake.
My voice was cracked for a week, for 2 weeks.
You
goodness.
basically you gave yourself laryngitis, basically.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. Sue me.
Yes. And now
I
like
would, but Phoenix Wright's busy.
yeah. And now
Okay,
as
go ahead,
for
Chuck.
and now, as for this rule, we have seen all of the Tapmar layout. Now we're going to show Shining Time.
Yes. Yes. Our favorite. Yes. Everyone's favorite place from America. Yeah, I can understand that a lot of British people do not like Shining Time Station because they say,
Well,
it's American.
Americanized.
Okay, Drew, let me cut you off there for a sec. The only reason they didn't like Shining Time Station in the movie is, one, the show was never aired over there. All they knew was like the 5-minute story segments of Thomas. Shining Time was the way to get the American audience introduced. But as you know, the original stories were like what, basically 4.5 minutes, give or take.
That's what I'm saying. Even with the original, there are some. I mean, not all British people, but there have been some that just didn't like it in general because some British just like the British version instead of the US. But we can respect the decision. It's them, not us. But anyway,
Here's the Shining Time route.
Yep. But of course, Shining Time Station wouldn't be Shining Time Station without its famous locomotive, the Rainbow Sun.
Yes.
Oh yeah. In fact, I actually had a headcanon / theory for that. So anyone who's watched the original show, you'll know that they used Union Pacific 844 for the opening and closing segments of the actual series. Then
Yes.
in the Tis a Gift Christmas special, they used a different engine entirely. What was it? The Grand Canyon Railroad, something like that. I can't remember, but then come Tatmar, they used the Strasbourg Railroad and 475 in particular.
Exactly. And actually, speaking
What I like to headcanon is that the Indian Valley Railroad had worked in joint efforts with the aforementioned railroads to lease out the trains to use as the Rainbow Sun. Once the contract with Union Pacific ended, that's when they went to the Strasbourg Railroad.
exactly. And also, and plus, for a lot of people that don't know, some scenes were actually filmed at Strasbourg.
And that's a
Some-
fact, guys, because I saw the behind the scenes of there. And
Some
at the
scenes
time
too.
of the production, they brought like 3 coaches with them.
They used they had 3 painted up, but the engine only used 2 in the final cut.
Exactly. Oh, and and speaking of which, I know we're getting a little topic when I mention this, but sometime in 2019, me and Shine and a few others actually went to Strasbourg to see the Rainbow Sun and 611.
Yeah, and that's a lucky sight for them. And moving on to the layout scene, so I basically built it from the ground up, and with all the imagination I had from the film, including the playground, the buildings, and the sign itself, which is not looking too great, but that's the best I can work with. And
Well, you made that sign, didn't you?
I did.
It looks fine.
Yeah, and as for the Shining Time Yard, I built it from the element of the Strasbourg Railroad as well.
That's what. Because I was going to say something like that earlier. That I could tell with the Shining Time route, there was inspiration from Strasbourg.
Yes. And for the most part, and as the layout shows, going from it to the railway crossing, where we saw the debut of P.T. Boomer coming in.
Oh yeah, when the Rainbow Sun nearly ran him over.
Yes. And but to be fair though, as this Shining Time route shows on my share screen, there was not much to work with. So basically, just tracks, trees, and grass. That's all there is to it.
Yep. I mean, I'm pretty certain someone in Trains actually made a Trains version of the Strasbourg Railroad itself. But
there's a route of it on the train's download station.
Ah.
All right. And I also made an extended sea and mountainsides as told by the narrator herself.
Well, hey, it works because my Thomas and the Magic Railroad was a movie my late grandmother, may she rest in
Chuck,
peace.
can I?
Yeah.
Yeah, Andy. Andy,
I'm all ears.
If I ever if I ever started Trains, I just want to ask you if you and I could share this route here because it looks amazing.
Yeah, if you have James, I'll give it to you, mate.
Yeah. Chuck only gives it to some of his.
If I ever did join Trains, but.
Yeah, I tried Trains a long time ago by some guy by some guy. I'm not gonna say his name because we don't really
Personal reasons.
Yeah, personal reasons.
Just say that.
Yeah, personal reasons. Thank you, Shine. Due to personal reasons, I tried Trains. It just really lagged out my computer, almost crashed it. So I was like, you know what? I'm getting rid of it. So.
Right.
I still prefer model railroad. I mean, I like Trains, but I'd rather just watch people use their trains models, or just watch them in general. But I'll stick to model railroading.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. Everybody's got their own.
Same here.
Their own
and before some of you ask, then why do I have a Trains OC if I don't have Trains? pretty simple. It's for other people to use. It's only for close friends to use. And if they need my vocals, they know where to find me.
Yeah, it's exactly that.
Indeed.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This animation. For Andy, I think this took him a while to get him the animation of Mr. Conductor. You know, a teddy bear.
I don't know why I just had a funny idea if there was ever an animated blooper reel. He reaches under the bed and he pulls out the teddy bear, but then he pulls out random things until eventually he ends up pulling out the kitchen sink.
Okay, that's funny. But also for the teddy bear, I'm surprised he didn't pull out Winnie the Pooh.
That would have been funny right there. Oh well.
There is, the one thing about that flaw back at the Tibbetts Roundhouse that I showed almost half an hour ago, Andy and I had to improvise on that just to make it look like there's already damage, and we had to look it out from the actual outside. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Hello, Twinkle Toes. I got plans.
Are you talking about like the shading?
Oh, I'm not talking about shading. I'm talking about the improvising. Like we had to put Mr. Conductor outside.
Yeah. Yeah. If you ask me, this idea was actually quite good because in trains, you know how hard it is to make an actual tip of sheds with a big hole in the wall. You gotta make that from scratch.
Yeah,
poor old Scratch.
Okay, so
I see. Yeah,
yeah, it's pretty much as was seen for this route. That's all I have to show on this one. So pretty much the last thing, or probably the last two things I want to talk about is probably the biggest flaw during the editing production. I think I told Shine about this and to Bad Writer Alumni as well, but I haven't told this to Drew about this.
Go ahead.
So I remember the exact day, 13th of March, 2020, 3:40 p.m. at the time. So at that time, though, when I turned on my laptop to continue on for post-production, it was suddenly compromised by a virus attack.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, I cried so hard when I thought it was too late.
I remember that.
I think Andy did tell me about that a while ago.
Considering the man was practically inconsolable at the time.
And I mean,
I did
plus,
tell you about that. I was pretty concerned for Chuck.
I think
we
a
all
lot.
Were.
We all were. I mean, Andy put. Sorry. I think because Chuck put a lot of hard work into this, and until you sudden a virus just came out of nowhere. What the actual hell?
Like a coronavirus, but on laptop.
Or as Wittgenstein said in the Brave Little Toaster to the rescue, and when I get a virus, it spreads everywhere.
Yes, definitely. But there is one miracle. Is that the good thing is that I put the clips of Tama on YouTube as unlisted, fortunately, so that would save me time. And I managed to recover some of the films, because some of the clips that I've lost, but the last parts that I have to refilm again. But
hey, it worked.
In which that affected the release date, which it was originally going to be released around July, but then it was pushed to August.
So yeah, so oh sorry.
Look at it this way: it gave you some time to polish up any bugs.
Yeah, and that exact date for August was the 29th of August, otherwise known as Michael Jackson's birthday. I wanted to celebrate it because I was much of a Michael Jackson fan.
Cause it's a thriller.
Chuck, what do you mean? Chuck, what do you mean was? You still are a Michael Jackson fan.
Same.
I don't know. Just random words that come out of my mouth. Shine. Oh my goodness.
Wait. repeat that. Repeat that, Andy. Sorry, I didn't hear that.
I'm also a Michael Jackson fan.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with liking the King of Pop.
But in fact, on YouTube, the biggest fan of the biggest fan of Michael Jackson was the Wilsonator. He loved him to bits.
Yeah.
I remembered that. Actually, I have a question.
And I got an answer. Let's see if they match.
There are 2 locations that Chuck never showed us yet.
Yeah.
Which scenes you talking about?
Burnett's workshop, his cottage, and the beach.
Oh, yeah. I almost forgot about that too. And probably one location from Sodor, the bridge from the beginning, like when Thomas was passing by, and there are like 2 engines. Yeah. Hold on. Let me put up that scene. It's okay. Hold on.
And ironically, I can identify which 2 engines were crossing that bridge.
Hold on. I was talking about that one. Hold on. Let me back it up a bit.
Everything runs well here, under the authority of Sir Topham Hatt, of course.
Yeah, this scene.
Yeah,
and like I said, I can identify those 2 engines that are on it for those who are curious. One of them is Greyhound Productions character Daniel J. Redding.
And the second one I know very well because he's red. I recognize the real arrangement. That is Albert.
Close, but no cigar.
Oh.
That's actually my friend Caitlin's train Sona.
Oop, my bad.
She's Albert's sister.
Nice.
Oh, okay. So we have the tunnel and the trees here, right?
Yeah.
But since the workshop is actually inside the mountain, 1, 2, 3. It has to be like under there. Like it's so deep under. So I had to actually work with the flying camera to make it work.
Holy criminally.
And I got Andy to do the drawings of
I'm curious. Is the model of lady is the model of lady still in there?
That I don't know, but I did put it in there though.
Oh well.
I mean, it used to be.
Oh my god, it looked like the letter L.
It still was actually, but I don't think it's there anymore. I don't think it's anymore, and especially after like Chuck did the shot of a lady starting to chuff again.
Oh, that makes sense. Oh, okay, that does make sense.
I mean,
and it's because
still be on the track somewhere in there.
Yeah,
I did. Speaking of which, I did like the fact that he did incorporate some sound effects from the actual movie in the rewrite, particularly where Lady's fired up and leaving under her own power for the first time.
exactly that. Oh yeah, and as for the beach, this is the route called Demo Modula City 2004. So I will get there in a second. Also, I wonder if the three of you can take over for me because I will take around 3 minutes.
Oh, hey, anybody who has further questions, ask away. We got answers. Let's see if they match.
Yep. And plus, that's like Sean's favorite catchphrase right there.
It's one of many, doofus.
Also, I'm not.
Who you call a doofus?
To see the city location.
No, we can do that when Chuck gets back.
I'm not.
He said, "Yes."
I'm not really curious to see the city location because, I have the Trains app on my phone, and that city location is kind of in one of those routes. So I think I know what route Chip was in right there.
Makes sense.
Yep.
It's the USA route.
while we're waiting for Chuck to get back, let's see.
Check the chat. See if there's any more questions.
Link. I'm not repeating myself again with the whole link thing. Unless you're talking about something else. Anyway, let me see if I can find any questions. Okay. Engine Boy 53 says. Also, there was a Porter tank engine that was turned into Thomas for the Day of Thomas events.
That actually is true. I did some reading about that particular engine. I can't remember the number it was before it became Thomas, but yeah, it was acquired by the Strasbourg Railroad, and it was indeed rebuilt into our favorite blue tank engine. In fact, somewhere on YouTube, there's some early 90s footage of that engine doing a test run while in the guise as Thomas.
Yep. Also,
and it stayed as Thomas ever since.
Yep. But also speaking of David Thomas, well, mostly Strasbourg itself. I heard that the legendary 611 has came back to Strasbourg, and possibly I might go see her again. Possibility.
She is. She's gonna be. She went there in May, though her initial return was delayed because her automatic stoker got damaged and they had to repair it back in North Carolina. But she's
I'm back.
Welcome back. The 611 is in Strasbourg as we speak, and she'll be there. I want to say through October.
Yeah.
So you got plenty of time to get your keister up there to see her.
I'll have to ask my mom about that because my mom is the only one who actually allows me to go to these places.
It's fine.
So guys.
Yeah.
Guys. There is one question that is probably for me. I thought you guys wanted to hear that question. So
go ahead.
It's from Trainboy 55 Productions. Let's say here in the post-credit scene of the movie, it changes into a Trains 2019. Is that true? Okay, to answer that, yeah, because I first got Trains 2019 in around the August 2019 as well. Wait, I think it's around July or August of 2019 from my friend named Arthur.
Either way you got it. Sorry.
Which he gave it to me as a gift from Steam, which I was so happy for. Which I got it at. Well, like I've been looking forward to play it as the latest game possible.
Well, and considering everything that's come out for 2019 so far, shows you how advanced the trains world is getting.
Of course, for 2019 scenes, it's not the only scene that's been changed to 2019. Okay, let me show in the scene where Diesel 10 got like oiled cold up.
Oh no!
So this was filmed in Trains 2019, as well as Burnett Stone scenes as well, because the lighting is actually pretty good, rather than Trains 12.
I have.
What?
Major engine redubs.
And believe it or not, this was actually my idea. Another idea I had. Chuck was originally going to give Deal 10 the oil on him, but I realized since in the trailer they had coal being dumped on him, I gave Chuck the idea of using both oil and coal for Deal 10.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the fruit landing on Splodge, that actually came from one of the original drafts for the movie, because at one point Cranky would have dropped a load of fruit on top of both Splodge and Percy.
Yes. And as for the beach scene that Andy wanted to see, this is the route that we're looking at. Although it looks very stylish, I'll give you that.
Nice.
Well, it looks like it's set up. It looks like it's set on almost like a Japanese island. I could be wrong.
Well, you're half right on that.
I
So-
almost didn't recognize it with that sunset.
I kind of changed the lighting on that. This is the spot where we see the debut of Mr. C Jr.
Okay,
One last sunray and one last sip of a summer Sunday. I think I'm a poet. Junior.
Oh, okay. We got a couple of questions here.
And we've got answers. Let's see if they match. Fire
from,
away.
From Engine Boy 53 Productions.
All right.
He asked, "Hey everyone, have you guys heard of the Thomas and Friends All Aboard Big Live Tour? If not, look it up. Big. Are you talking about that show that
I don't
that
think I
people
want to
record?
know.
I don't think it's the reboot. I think it's something else. I think it was a show that came out long ago. There were a few clips on YouTube.
That I do remember. Yeah, I think that's what he's referring to because considering the live action, the live shows are different from the reboot.
Yeah, because the live shows came first. From the first. No, we have not. Now, unless you mean, but do you mean there's like a live show? Because is it like a full show of it? Because I'd like to watch the whole thing.
It was a full stage show because it had models of it had full size models of Thomas, Percy, and James. In fact, I'm sorry, Andy. You go first, and then I'll finish my thought.
Yeah, Andy, what's up?
It is 1 a.m. where we live right now.
Well, I'm a night owl, so it doesn't bother me.
I drank a lot of caffeine while I was at work, so I got to burn it off somehow.
So right. Okay. Okay. So.
I'd love to stay along with you
okay,
guys.
Sean, I want to. Okay, Andy, you say your part first, because we can let you go a bit early. Yeah.
All right, because I mean, I'd love to stay, but I have somewhere to be in the morning, so I'll be sure to watch the rest of this later.
All right. All right. All right.
Take care, buddy boy.
Yeah, it was us having you.
All right.
Okay, so
Thanks so much,
can
and
I
Shine.
talk?
It was fun getting to meet you.
Yes. It was nice getting to finally meet you.
It was fun getting to meet.
Yeah.
Real fun.
And
Hope we get to meet again soon.
No kidding.
Hope so. Yeah, and before you go, Bad Writer
Chuck,
Alumni,
Andrew,
I kind
see
of
you
wanted
guys
to. Yeah. All right. You know what? Okay. You know what? Yes. Later.
No, it's fun. I'd love to hear. What would you like to ask? I'm
So
question real quick.
okay. So probably a bit off topic. I'm sure you guys are aware that 1 week ago, Bad Writer Alumni wanted to take his future out, want to focus on his health and all that. So on behalf of all of us, Andy, have a good luck on your what you're gonna do in the future. Yeah.
Here.
Hey, thank you very much, guys. That really means a lot. I'll still be
no
voice
problem.
acting for other
No
people.
problem, laddie.
Yeah.
I love it. Take care, guys.
May the force be with you always. Oh wait, wrong franchise.
Thank you very much, guys. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Not a problem.
All right, I'll see
You have a good
I'll see
night,
you guys
Andy.
later on.
Yep.
Thank you.
See you later.
You too, guys.
All right.
Catch
Later.
you on down the line.
Okay. So
yep.
now it's
Anyway,
and then they were free. And then after I gave the fact about the beach scene that I just showed recently, so we all know that in the final cut, Junior was like sleeping, wasting his pixie dust off. LOL. But go
lol.
Because he fell asleep with his whistle in his mouth.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a concept. There was an original clip of that, but I kind of cut that off at the time. I'm not sure if I still have that footage now, but let me give myself a look.
Yeah. Also, yep. And also a question from Old Square Wheels Productions. He posted it around 12:58.
All right.
He asked. Anyway, he asked is there deleted scenes? Yes, there are. Like Chuck said, he might upload deleted scenes on his channel one of these days. So yeah, you'll be seeing some deleted scenes. They were not put in the. They were not added. They were not yet added to the movie or had to be cut out.
Yeah, just don't press it on me and Doc.
Yep, and plus, just like any other movie, yes, there have been scenes that have been cut out in those movies as well. So yeah, that's perfectly understandable.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Now, where did I put that? Oh yeah, I think it's in that clip. I'm just grabbing it out and testing them out. Hold on. So,
No worries.
yeah, like the scenes has been cut out. Let me find it. There we go. There we go. So let me put that up. But it will, yeah, as I show it in the share screen, it will be released on as raw footage on YouTube later on with this kind of music.
The way Junior looks like that, he looks fat.
He does.
It's the angle. Well, then again, though, people do look different when they're sitting and standing.
And there's Junior wasting his gold dust, as always.
Yeah, that was probably one of the cut scenes, the scenes I have probably cut off a bit. And then what else is there for me to list off? Because I still have my to-do list in there. Cartoon Valley.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I'm just listing it off from my iPad since I prepared for the stream. Hold on. And there was one last thing. And after all those clips that, including the post-credit scene, which was a better idea because Andrew brought it up, and which is a good thing because I've always wanted to do a post-credit scene most of the time.
Thank you.
And due to the fact that Diesel 10 and probably a PT Boomer probably needed a Sir Topham Hatt confusion vibe, which I kind of wanted to give it.
Well, PT Boomer got arrested, and probably he died in jail.
Yeah.
Who knows at this rate? I mean, the man wasn't exactly a spring chicken.
Exactly. Of course, there have been fan-made episodes where PT Boomer did break out of jail from certain YouTube channels, but but whatever floats their boat.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, the dedications to our to the people that we all know and love. To be honest, the biggest thing that really upsetted me was the passing of Peter Fonda. Oh boy, that hit a lot of people. He's been around longer than any of them.
Yes.
Well, he's been in the acting industry longer too. Don't forget.
Exactly. Yeah. May him rest in peace.
And as we all know, Andy did the final touches, including the images, and plus that image I forgot to credit, which I don't know who it's from. Of course. And which I kind of like that bit. Which I love it a lot.
Oh wow, teenage Lily. I love that picture.
Yeah. And I love the playground bits because I just love how it's set out properly.
Oh, this scene right here.
Oh.
His eyes, though.
Yeah, but the one scene that actually got me gasping with joy, and probably Yeelan too. Well, I think you all know what scene I'm talking about.
Uh-oh.
Morning, Mrs. World. Right, honey?
Right, my darling.
Oh, and Chuck is waiting for us on the train right now.
Oh, there you guys are. You guys ready?
I am.
You bet.
Wouldn't miss it.
And in fact, about when I made the audio for my voice, it was filmed while I was doing a work experience in KFC. Like I had to record my voice in a quiet place in KFC
How did-
somewhere.
I was about to ask, how did you not get in trouble?
But how I did not get in trouble. No, I was like, I was like in the toilet.
Oh, well.
Wow.
It was the
Anyway,
only way. It was the only way for me. I'm sorry I had to mention that. To
it's
the
fine.
audience.
It's fine.
Will
It's
you
fine.
relax? Will you relax?
No, okay. We're having a few people saying in the chat, rest in peace, Peter Fonda. Yep.
Rest in peace to the Easy Rider.
Yep.
And in fact, the last segment scenes for the credits is done in Train 2019 as well.
Oh yeah, and plus another thing we forgot to mention. Was not only did we add Edward, we also added a few other characters in this film too, like Emily, Mavis,
Donovan Douglas. I hope, but I feel like Douglas only made the only appearance because I just wanted to know, and Duck as well. In fact, let me find that spot. Let me find that scene because there's always all over the place. Let me rewind that. Douglas, of course. Yep. And probably, like he said, I gave Boko as well. Duck, Emily.
Oh yeah, well,
That's because you had a little more creative freedom than what the actual movie did.
Oh, true.
Oh yeah. Plus, there was one more character. Did you add at the credit scene? Derek.
Yeah, Derek. Right. Almost forgot about him. Yeah. I wanted to give him an appearance because he only had one appearance in one episode in season 5.
And then, of course, a very brief cameo in Calling All Engines.
Yes.
To be honest, that really wasn't fair for poor Derek. How he just made a cameo and he was never seen again.
Yeah.
I wonder if it was for the very same reason that his bassist didn't last long.
Depending on the person, of course. But
I'm referring to the real engine that Derek is based on, because in real life weren't they plagued with problems?
Yes, but there's one engine. But there's one last engine of his class remaining.
That's a good point.
I forgot to mention the scrapyard too.
Oh yes.
Yeah. You did forget to show off the scrapyard.
In the words of Vinny Tanzik, the one place that gives every engine the willies.
Can you blame him? Can you blame him? It's a place of death.
It's no paradise for steam engines at all. It's a torture.
How did you guys get Mr. Deng Engine 1999 EDCPS? How did you get Kath Susie in this project?
Okay, that I wanted to answer because people have been asking about this, and well, the name Catherine Susie, it was just a stage name after somebody.
So it wasn't the Kath Susie.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. If it was the real Cat Susie, Uzi, the thing is, if it was the real her, we would have to pay. We would have to pay her a lot of money to even be part of something like this.
Of course, yeah, and yeah, of course, the scrapyard though. That I have to make the asset, which is the shed, have to make it like droppable, so it make it look like they're all stuck in there.
Oh yeah.
And for inside though, I changed the lighting in my editing program, which I normally use is Sony Vegas, right?
Chuck. Andy messaged me 4 minutes ago saying he's trying to get back in.
Oh, okay, right. Hold on.
What did Andy forget to say something before? he left her or something.
Yeah. Andy, is there something wrong?
No,
See, buddy
nothing's
boy,
wrong
what's
at
up?
all.
Ah,
Except I want to say 2
couldn't sleep?
things.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
One, yes, rest in peace, Peter Fonda. And
Mhm.
2,
Okay.
well, somebody had to explain what happens if you have a massive ice cream sundae.
Yeah.
Well, considering Junior was what? Both Junior and Mr. C are what? 18 inches tall, give or take.
Well, that was mentioned in episode 2 of Shinetime Station when Ringo Starr, played Mr. Conductor, says, "I can walk to wherever ever to for under 18 in under 18 minutes, and I'm only 18 inches tall."
Because he was upset about new train schedules that had been printed.
But the thing is, it wasn't a time schedule; it was a time prank.
Yeah, done by Schemer.
And speaking of Schemer, I am still shocked that the people of the Thomas parody got the actor of Schemer at in the last part of the movie. I'm still shocked about that.
Me too. Me too.
Technically the man's not under contract with them anymore since Shining Time's been off the air. How many years?
Been off for since 1993.
Yeah, but I did read that even though he did retire from acting, he every now and then he would make public appearances as Schemer.
Of course.
Which is why I'm also glad when that one People Pack was released on Mainland's website, it included models of the Shining Time characters, including Schemer.
Of course. Yeah. I should know. From Dan the Man, should know. I reacted to it. Yeah, we all know about that. So, one part I need to mention about the scrapyard scene where Toby and Percy were discussing it in the beginning of the film, and then almost at the end of the film, James was being threatened by Diesel 10 along with
Junior.
Also threatened. I also did it with the red lighting effects in Sony Vegas, and I have to make the buffer drivable, so make it look like it was getting biffed by James and fell down the lava pit.
And plus, for some of you that don't know, in the original Thomas and the Magic Railroad movie itself, after the shot in the smelters with James and Diesel 10, James, there was a shot, a deleted scene where James actually fell down, did fall down, and the engine motor broke.
Yeah,
because I think the damage could be seen in the next. I want to say they hastily repaired it for the next shot where it was with him and Junior, but don't quote me on it. Him and Junior appearing in front of Mr. C, but don't quote me on it.
In fact, Sean's got. In fact, Chuck has got the video right now. So basically,
yeah, but the video's not real. It's fan made.
Well, okay. Well, the audio is not real, but the video itself is.
Yeah.
So yeah, James really did fall down that chute, and that kind of explains why why the camera was off James when Junior and James said goodbye. I mean, we heard James puff away, but we never saw him do it. Now, so now everyone got their answer. Why did we not see James puff away? There's your answer.
Yeah, and that is basically the full layout of the scrapyard, and doing all the final elements, including the falling down, the grotto, and everything. And I feel like I've explained all the behind the scenes now.
I think we all have. And basically, basically, all we can say is the movie was hard to make, especially with the animation, the acting, and putting the scenes together. But nonetheless, it was also out in all, it was fun to watch at the very end.
Yes, it was worth it. All the while.
It really was. All our hard work paid off.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So yeah.
We worked our blood and sweat off, and you got.
So yeah. Now, of course, before a lot of us go, the one thing that I could say is, in the words of Mr. Conductor, in his voice, well, if I can, and so we reached the happy end, and so we reached the happy end of the behind the scenes, and now it's time for all of us to go home, just like Thomas.
Yes, very true. And there's one more thing I forgot to mention, that during the Final Cut film credit scenes, it like missed like a few things. Like, for example, like the cast of the models, like they only mentioned the trains, but I fixed it as the trains and others and all.
No, well, yeah. Considering last time I checked, Harold and Bertie are not trains.
Yeah, and I probably thought and the fault that I fixed that, and our live have reached exactly 2 hours, like in the film.
Yep.
Oh
So yeah. Again, we all appreciate you coming here to watch us rant or at least talk about the behind the scenes of Thomas and the Magic Railroad rewrite, and we hope that we had a fun time doing this. True, a few things off topic here and there, but nonetheless, we had a lot of fun doing this. And all I can say is it was great being here with Chuck, Andy, and it was great being here with Shine Ortez once again.
Oh yeah. Oh, there's one more thing I forgot to. Yeah, actually, I did mention at one point that we're going to show the cover that Andy gave us, that we want to show to the audience right after we explained everything.
Oh yeah. So folks, before we go, we saved the very best for last.
Okay.
Y'all are in for a special treat. In fact,
Okay.
I'm in for a special treat.
All right. 1, 2, 3.
Check it out, folks.
Ooh.
Yep. Bad Red Alumni, you really outdone yourself on this. I am impressed.
Looks great, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. I wish that could be true. Once I get a blank CD and a blank DVD cover, I'm putting this on my DVD.
Indeed. So yeah. Even though I just said this before, I'll say it again. And so we reached the end of the behind the scenes footages, and now it's time for all of us to go home, just like Thomas.
Indeed. Right. Okay, everybody. So now I'm sure we have explained everything during behind the scenes. But if you have guys any more questions that you still want to ask, feel free to comment down below. And don't forget to subscribe to my friends Andrew Liago, Bad Writer Alumni, and my friend Shine Ortez here.
So until then, we'll see you all in the next stream in the near future. So until then, thank you all for coming, listening, and we all hope you have a good one.
You'll all have a good night, a good day, and a good morning as well.
Yep. Goodbye, everyone.
Take care, guys.
Indeed, y'all. Take care and be good to each other.
Bye.
Goodbye, everybody.